Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to finally be able to do this video for you. This has been one of my top requests. Let me put that on silent. One of my top requests for real estate. A lot of you want to get into the business or have considered it in the past or just want to know like what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to be super real about it and just answer your questions and go over a couple of things that I wrote down actually. So let's get started. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe and hit the like button. Why not? Thank you. All right, let's do this. Some of the things that you need to know before jumping into a real estate career or switching jobs and just going cold turkey and doing this is the following. Number one, let's see. You decide how successful you're going to be. That's big. Even just how you're going to know too if you're going to be dedicated to real estate is when you're studying for the exam, when you're going to the classes. Are you showing up to the classes? If you're doing it from home, are you actually logging in, doing all the work that you need to do, studying? Like the dedication it takes to study is not easy. Like you're really going to test yourself on how bad you want this. Okay. So that's the first step. So don't quit your job until you take the classes and you're studying for that exam. You're trying. I'm going to add a little bit more to that. With real estate, it can't be something that you just woke up one day or saw someone else being successful at it and said, oh, I want to do real estate because I want to be my own boss. That's not how it works. It doesn't. You have to be extremely dedicated and it has to be something that you really want to do because it's not easy. Like, yeah, we might post, on social media and we just post the success, we don't post the behind the scenes of the stress, things that happen throughout the transaction because we can't talk about it. You can't. So that's a thing. Like you have to be dedicated. It has to be something that you really want. You have to be good at sales. Like it has to be something that you know that you're going to accomplish. And that's why I tell you, you can test yourself by actually doing the classes and studying and see what happens. Studying for the real estate exam was extremely hard for me. Okay, when I went to the classes, it seemed so easy. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. I would understand everything. It's just when it was certain subjects in the chapters, I was like, oh, what? Are you serious right now? I have to learn this? Or I'd be like, what the hell is she talking about? It also depends on the teachers, like who's teaching you. And then, even when I was done with the classes, I was like, wow, like it's not that hard. Like I'm going to study for like a week or two and I'll pass my test. That was my mentality, right? No. Once I started studying online, like actually taking prep exams for the actual state exam, because you do a state and you also do a national test, right? I thought I had this in the bag. When I did my exams, like my prep, my little practice test or whatever, I was like, oh my God, why am I failing? Like, I know this stuff. With that being said, like, when I was done with school, like we kept in contact with all the classmates, everybody that was in our class. And there was people that were taking it right away and they weren't passing. And I was getting really nervous and I wasn't passing my, practice test. And I was trying. There was like one girl that passed on her first try and she was super nerdy. So I'm not surprised she passed. But yeah, so it's just like so much information. And you only have 2 hours, I think it is like 2.5 hours or something to take the exam. So you do feel a lot of pressure. But it was just something that I really wanted. I remember I would stay up till 3-4 in the morning daily studying. Like I would go to the library. I even had a tutor. I went hard because I would take the exam and not pass. Like I actually went and signed up and I was not passing the test. It's crazy how dedicated I was now that I sit back and think about it. Like I worked a full-time job and I would get out at like 9:30. And by the time I would either get to the classes, because I would do night classes, I would go to the night classes, go home, eat real quick. And then even after the classes, when the classes were over and it was just time to study, I would work at the dealership and then come home around 9:30, 10, eat really late or whatever, and then be with my family for a little bit and then just study till like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever. And it took me forever to pass that test. It was crazy. So you get 4 tries on the exam. There's a state portion and a national portion. I don't remember how many hours it is in total that they give you, but I want to say it was like 2.5, 3 hours, whatever. The state portion I passed right away, which I actually thought I was going to fail. I thought I was going to pass the national and not the state because it was so much law. And I was like, oh, boring. But I actually passed the state right away. But the national portion, they gave you 4 tries. Like I said, I did my 4 tries. Like you guys, I was studying so hard. I'm telling you, I cried a couple times because I'm like, why am I not passing? So on the 3rd time, I had 1 try left, and I got a tutor, and I was just screwing up on the math. And it's crazy because my whole life, like, I've done good in math always. So finally, when I only had 1 more try before I had to go back to class, which I was not trying to do, I got a tutor, which happened to be my husband's cousin's wife, which I love her. Thank you, Monica, for helping me. And it was the math. It was the freaking math where I had the issues. And I know math. Like, I was really good at math in school, but this is just different. It's a lot of verbiage, a lot of like math problems. Like, you got to read the whole description, and then they'll screw you up and put something random in there that has nothing to do with what they're asking you to throw you off, and it works. So that's what was going on. So finally I passed on the last time, on the 4th time before going to class. And let me tell you guys, when that lady told me that I passed, I literally was crying. Like, I started tearing. I was tearing. I hugged the lady. She probably thought I was nuts, but I didn't care. That's how happy I was, because I had like this stress off my shoulders. Think about it, like every time I would call my husband, my mom, and they would ask me, did you pass? And I would say, no, those 3 times. That sucked. Like, I felt like a loser. But you know what, too? Like, don't put yourself down if that happens to you. Because let me tell you, there's people in real estate that passed on the first time, and they're not good at real estate, let me tell you. So don't think because you passed on the first time, you're going to be popping. No, you need to know, you have to be good at sales. You need to be good at communicating with people, being a closer. Like, there's just a lot of training that you need to get done too. That's really important. And guess what? I be killing it. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the next part of this. All right, the next one is you need to pretty much have a plan. So after you pass the exam is when you need to start interviewing different real estate companies. And just don't think just because you know someone at one of the real estate companies and they're doing good that you're gonna do good, or you're gonna vibe with the people there. Because I'm telling you guys right now I understand why a certain someone gave me this advice, and I totally get it. I joined a certain brokerage first before RE/MAX, and everything seemed like it was gonna work out, like the training, whatever. But once it was time for me to just go, it's just like they threw me out there. Like, I didn't have backup. I feel like they made it sound like it was gonna be this, it was gonna be that, but it wasn't. Like, the people that I looked up to in that company that I felt needed to help me and do one-on-ones that I could call in any time, or be, they could train me in person, it didn't happen that way. I was on a team, which being on a team isn't bad, but you don't get the same money. Like, you put in all this work, and yeah, cool, like they're giving you leads, they're helping you out with marketing and stuff like that. But once you get your check, your money, it's cut so much. Because think about it, you gotta pay your brokerage, then you gotta pay like the team. Like, it was just too much. And then when I got my first paycheck, I was like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, this is not the dedication that I wanted. Like, I want the fat checks, right? And they could tell you whatever, like, oh, it's because we're doing this for you. No. Like, do it for yourself. Have a plan, have goals. So I went and interviewed with RE/MAX, and oh my God, I wish I would have just started there, because wow, what a difference. But here's the thing, at RE/MAX, like, I vibed with my boss so much, and I think I see her as family. I know her, long story short, I just know her through a lot of people that are in my life currently, and she was amazing. She's my Kris Jenner. Like, she's a boss lady, and the way she motivates me and talks to me, and she's always available for me, hypes me up. Like, it just like literally lights something in me, and I'm just like, oh, I'm getting this. She's super motivated. I love her. I'm so glad that I met her, and she's really helped me make a lot of money in real estate. But it took a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work for sure, a lot of stressful nights. And I got some gray hairs. Oh, but yeah, you get gray hairs in real estate for real. Some people might say, oh, you're not going to make that much money if you're working another job and not dedicating your time to real estate the whole time. Well, let me tell you something. I did it. I'm still doing it. I'm making good money in real estate, and I haven't quit my full-time job. You know why? Because I appreciate my full-time job. Like, I've been there for 7 years, and they're family to me, like the people that I work with. And yeah, I can go full-time in real estate and just kill it, but I'm killing it on the side. And yes, eventually I am going to switch and transition into real estate full-time, but I have set goals of how much I need to be making every single year to get there. You know, I have to make way over 6 figures. I'm not just talking 100,000 a year. No. We need to make more, and then I'll leave my other job because I do good at my other job, you know? So this just adds to it, but it's not the same situation for everyone. But when you work real estate and you're working a full-time job and doing real estate on the side, you are gonna have no life because you're gonna be busy, and that's a blessing. But if you're not busy, it doesn't matter. You're still going to be in the office. You're still going to put in hours, getting leads, talking to people, because that's what you need to do. You need to communicate, talk to people, remind people that you're in real estate. And I'll do another video on that. But basically, you're always working. You don't have weekends off. You're always working. I'm telling you guys, like, you need to be dedicated. And if you want to make some real money, you're going to make real money. And I had a goal of how much I wanted to hit in the first year of being with Remax, because that's when I really felt that it was for real. Like, I actually, like, was starting real estate, because at the other one, I don't know, I just felt like practice. But I had a goal, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this much money, and as soon as I hit this amount of money in the bank, I'm gonna get me a Rolex. And guess what? I got myself a Rolex. It took me 2 months to make the money that I wanted, my goal for the year. I was like, how? Like, that's amazing. And I had heard about it before from my friends that are in real estate, like how much they were making. But you gotta work. Like, you have to hustle. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I made all this money, and then I've been slow for the last 2.5 months, right? But that's okay, because I have my other job and I saved my money. I mean, I got my Rolex, and I did a couple things that I needed to do, pay off bills, whatever, and then saved, because that money's not taxed out, right? So Uncle Sam's gonna get his cut. But besides that, like, it was good for me. Like, I love it. It's worth it. And I was slow, but now it's picking up again because it's tax season. So I'm about to get busy again. But if you're considering it, go ahead, try it. If you could stick through it and do the classes and pass your test and go from there, but it's going to take work for sure. It's awesome, but the stress that goes for it, like, all your transactions, some can go really, really smooth, and some can just be a total mess, or they won't go through, or then you have lenders that you're dealing with that are not doing their job, or some that do their job really well and it's kind of a breeze. But the attorneys, it's just like it's a whole team, and everybody has to do what they're supposed to do. But I'm not going to go into that, because obviously we're not at that stage. This video is more about, like, getting into the business and how to consider if it's for you or it's not. If it's not, I mean. But yeah, like, if this is the career that you've always wanted to do, definitely try it. You know, I'm not a hater. Why not? But if you have different dreams or things that you want to do, like it's fashion and it's not real estate, don't do it just because you want the money. Work towards your actual goals, things that you actually want. So if you guys have any questions on what I talked about today, just go ahead and comment below. Definitely like and share my video. And I hope that I inspired someone, or I answered someone's questions. But it's definitely a rewarding business. It just takes a lot of effort to get the money, because for me it wasn't easy. Like, the money that I made so far in real estate, I worked for every single customer that I had. I was blessed with having a lot of listings instead of a lot of buyers, and that worked out for me. But it's not always like that. But I'm very happy that I'm in a career that I enjoy, and I'm still at the dealership, and I love that job as well. So I can manage both because I'm a hard worker. Like, I grind, you know, and I'm still able to hang out with my family and be there for my son. This is definitely something that is long-term for me, and I just want to continue to do such a great job. And I'm very, very happy with my broker and my managing broker and how much she helps me. And I know that this is my thing. Like, real estate is definitely going to be for me. Like, I love it, and it doesn't matter if the economy crashes. Like, real estate's always going to be there, and that's what's amazing about it. And with COVID, we were still busy. We were still rocking and rolling. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Hope this helped, and I'll make more videos on real estate. Just comment below and tell me exactly what you want me to go over, and I got you. All right, guys, I'm gonna go because I gotta hang out with my family. I love you. Bye.